High in the hills of Dalat, where the mist clings to the trees and the air is thick with mystery, there lies a place that few dare to visit. This place is known as Vạn Linh Mansion, a relic of a bygone era, shrouded in fog and whispers of the past. Hidden in mist and mystery sits Vạn Linh Mansion. The mansion, with its grand yet decaying facade, stands as a silent sentinel over the town below. Its walls, once vibrant and full of life, now crumble and crack, telling tales of neglect and abandonment. It's a big, old house falling apart now. The roof sags under the weight of years, and the once sturdy doors hang loosely on their hinges. The garden, which might have been a beautiful sight in its prime, is now overgrown with weeds and wild plants, adding to the mansion's eerie charm. Its windows are like dark eyes staring down at the town. These windows, covered in grime and dust, seem to hold secrets of their own. They watch, unblinking, as the world moves on, indifferent to the passage of time. The townsfolk often say that the windows follow you, no matter where you stand. A long and winding road leads up to it. This road, narrow and treacherous, winds through dense forests and steep hills. Each turn is a journey deeper into the unknown, with the mansion slowly revealing itself through the gaps in the trees. The journey is as daunting as the destination. Each turn shows you more of the huge building. As you approach, the mansion looms larger, its imposing structure becoming clearer. The closer you get, the more you can see the intricate details of its architecture, now faded and worn. The mansion's grandeur, though diminished, still holds a certain allure. The mansion seems to be watching, waiting. It stands there, almost alive, with an air of expectancy. The silence around it is palpable, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves or the distant call of a bird. It's as if the mansion is waiting for something or someone to break the spell of its solitude. No one goes near it. People say it's haunted. The locals tell stories of strange noises and ghostly apparitions. They speak of lights flickering in the dead of night and shadows moving behind the windows. The mansion's reputation as a haunted house keeps most people away, leaving it to stand alone, a monument to the past and a mystery for the present. Dalat is a town of two sides. By day, it is a bustling hub of activity, with markets brimming with fresh produce and streets alive with the chatter of locals and tourists alike. The sun casts a warm glow over the town, illuminating its vibrant colours and lively spirit. But as the sun dips below the horizon, a transformation begins. The temperature drops and a thick, cold mist starts to roll in, enveloping everything in its path. Sunny days turn into freezing nights. The once clear skies become a canvas of swirling mist, creating an almost otherworldly atmosphere. The fog creeps in silently, like a ghostly presence, transforming the familiar landscape into something mysterious and unknown. Fog creeps down from the mountains, descending from the hills like a slow-moving tide. It blankets the town in a thick, damp shroud, obscuring the view and muffling the sounds of the night. The once bustling streets become eerily quiet, as if the fog has swallowed the noise. It covers everything in a damp, cold blanket. The air is thick with moisture, making it feel as though you are walking through a cloud. The trees and houses are shrouded in mist, their shapes barely visible through the dense fog. It is a scene of both beauty and mystery, a landscape transformed by the elements. It's hard to breathe, even harder to see. The fog is so thick that it feels like a physical presence pressing down on you. Visibility is reduced to just a few feet, and every step feels uncertain. The world beyond the fog is hidden, and you are left to navigate through this ghostly landscape with caution. Sounds are muffled by the fog. The usual noises of the town are dampened, creating an eerie silence. Even the sound of your own footsteps seems distant and muted. It is as if the fog has created a barrier, separating you from the world around you. Far away laughter becomes a whisper. The voices of people once clear and distinct are now just faint echoes carried by the mist. It is a surreal experience, as if you are in a dream where everything is just out of reach. A dog barks nearby, then it's gone. The fog hides secrets. Shapes and figures appear and disappear in the mist, creating an ever-changing landscape of shadows and silhouettes. It is a place where reality and imagination blur, and where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. It whispers of things you can't see. The fog seems to have a life of its own, moving and shifting like a living entity. It is a reminder of the power and mystery of nature, and of the beauty that can be found in even the most unexpected places. Tall pine forests surround Dalat. Their needles cover the ground like a carpet. The air is filled with the smell of pine. It's a sweet, sharp smell. It stays with you long after you leave. People say the pines whisper. They tell stories of the past, stories of love and sadness, happiness and grief, and stories of Vạn Linh Mansion. Vạn Linh Mansion was once a sign of wealth and good fortune. Built by a rich French businessman, it was the place to be. Music and laughter filled its rooms, but the laughter stopped. The music ended, the mansion became quiet. Now only echoes are left, whispers of the past trapped inside its walls. They say a young woman haunts the mansion. She's called the Lady in White. Some say she was the businessman's wife, others his girlfriend. Her sadness remains. She walks the halls at night. Her white dress trails behind her, a whisper of silk in the dark. Many people have tried to spend the night in Vạn Linh Mansion. They're curious, or maybe they want to show they're not scared. They say the house is never really quiet. Footsteps echo in the empty halls. Doors open and close by themselves. And sometimes in the middle of the night, a woman's cry breaks the silence. One story tells of a group of friends who decided to stay the night in the mansion. They had heard the rumors, the whispers of strange occurrences and eerie happenings that surrounded the old place. But they were young, full of bravado, and eager for an adventure. The mansion stood ominously at the edge of town, its windows like dark, empty eyes watching their every move. They were young and brave. They laughed off the warnings from the townsfolk, dismissing them as mere superstitions. The group consisted of 5 friends: Sarah, the fearless leader; Mike, the joker; Emily, the skeptic; Tom, the curious one; and Lisa, the quiet observer. Each had their own reason for wanting to prove the stories wrong. They laughed at the stories, saying they were just silly tales. Ghosts, spirits, and vanishing acts were the stuff of movies and books, not real life. They joked about the mansion's supposed haunted history, making light of the eerie atmosphere that surrounded them. The night was filled with their laughter and banter as they made their way inside. They went into the mansion acting tough. The door creaked open, revealing a dark, dusty interior. Their flashlights cut through the darkness, casting long shadows on the walls. The air was thick with the scent of decay and neglect. They explored room after room, their confidence unwavering despite the unsettling surroundings. But as the night went on, their laughter stopped. Strange noises echoed through the halls, whispers, footsteps, and the occasional distant scream. The temperature seemed to drop, and an oppressive feeling settled over them. One by one, they began to feel the weight of the mansion's dark history pressing down on them. One by one, they vanished. It started with Tom, who wandered off on his own, drawn by a mysterious sound. When the others went to look for him, they found only his flashlight flickering on the ground. Panic set in as they realized something was terribly wrong. Next was Emily, who disappeared while they were searching for Tom. Her scream echoed through the mansion, then abruptly cut off, until only one was left. Sarah, Mike, and Lisa huddled together, their fear palpable. They tried to stay together, but the mansion seemed to have a will of its own, separating them with locked doors and shifting walls. Mike was the next to go, pulled into the darkness by unseen hands. Lisa vanished soon after, leaving Sarah alone and terrified. He ran from the mansion, his screams swallowed by the fog. Sarah, the last one standing, finally found an exit. She ran as fast as she could, her heart pounding in her chest. The fog outside was thick, swallowing her screams as she fled. She never looked back, and to this day she refuses to speak of what happened inside that mansion. Townsfolk say the mansion still stands, waiting for its next visitors. The stories of Vạn Linh Mansion are a part of Dalat. They're told again and again, passed down from parents to children. Some say they're just made-up stories, others believe. The truth, like always, is a mystery. But one thing is for sure, the stories of Vạn Linh Mansion still capture people's imaginations and scare them. Vạn Linh Mansion is still there, a lonely guard on the hill. It reminds us of a time long ago and the secrets hidden right in front of us. Do you dare to go? Will you face the cold air and the watching eyes of the pines? Will you go inside and listen to the whispers of the past? The mansion is waiting.